About this legal battle, 13 Action News political analyst Jon Ralston. And John, when it comes to an issue like this, I'm glad you're way smarter than I am on it. So what's the rub? I mean, there are essentially two cases right now that the state Supreme Court is looking at.
Yeah, Brian did a great job in laying that out right there. The two cases are one that talks about the adequacy of school funding, that if you take $5,000 essentially for a kid out of the public school system, it's going to hurt the sufficiency of school funding. But the question is, how do you describe, how do you define it being fully funded? Maybe they could raise taxes to replace that money. The other issue is a constitutional provision that says public money cannot be used for sectarian purposes. About 70% or so of the private schools are religious schools. The question is, by diverting the money not directly from the state to the schools, but you give the parents an ESA, the Education Savings Account, do you get around that ban? And
then the parents then decide where they want their children to go to school with that money. Brian mentioned a little legal tweak in the language that might be able to repair that.
Well, there's some talk that if the Supreme Court throws out the school choice law, that all they have to do is call a special session of the legislature to fix that. Now, no one knows if that's going to happen. The sponsor of the bill, Scott Hammond, who was a state senator from Henderson, said today on Twitter that he would be amenable to a special session. I'm not sure these folks want to go up there to Carson City right before an election. But I do think the Supreme Court is going to make a decision on these cases very quickly, because 7,800 families have already applied for these.
Got a lot of parents that are grinding their teeth waiting for this decision, and they want to get their kids into a private school.
This is a great, not just legal issue, but it's going to be a huge political issue in the elections, no matter how the court case comes out.
All right. Thank you, John. Tricia.